Welcome back, guys, to another video. We've been talking a ton about how Tesla is making a lot of money from electric vehicles, their battery packs, their power walls, their solar panels, autopilot, stuff like that. But one of the biggest things that Tesla is making money from is Bitcoin. Yeah, you heard that right. Tesla is a pretty big investor in Bitcoin. Now, Elon Musk has said that he doesn't really own any other cryptos or any other securities. Like, the only thing he really owns in the stock market is Tesla stock. So the Tesla company itself actually purchased $1.5 billion of Bitcoin a few weeks ago. Now, that was around January, and that was when Bitcoin was hovering at roughly $20,000 to $30,000 around that region, and purchasing $1.5 billion of Bitcoin from their cash reserves of $19 to $20 billion is a pretty decent chunk. In fact, some investors of Tesla were actually not happy about this, saying how Elon Musk is using Tesla's cash unwisely, and this is not a smart move. But if you look at Bitcoin right now, because you got Tesla, such a big company, it's worth like $700 billion. It's worth more than all the other car companies in the world combined, plus a few $1 billion more on top of it. And the member of the S&P 500, when they purchased BTC, that gave it a lot more credibility, because previously no other major company or no other major hedge fund actually went into Bitcoin, this cryptocurrency, this hard. And Bitcoin being so volatile, a lot of companies are really turned off by it. But Tesla, they actually love it so much, they spent $1.5 billion on it. And right now, Tesla's Bitcoin gamble has made them $1 billion. Now, $1 billion gains from Bitcoin is more than a 2020 profit from all of their car sales. That is according to an analyst by Webull, which is a really big institution. They research stocks, they talk about it to get price upgrades, etc. But just the fact that after 1 month of this Bitcoin gamble, Tesla in 2021 from just Bitcoin gains alone made more than all of the car sales back in 2020. And remember, Tesla sold 500,000 car sales in 2020, and they spent a lot of time doing so. I think part of the reason why Bitcoin has this enormous run wasn't just because Tesla bought in, but you also have other individuals talking about Bitcoin when Tesla bought in. I've always said this, I feel like if you get a lot of press on a specific company or a specific security, it usually gets a lot of hype, and sometimes it does go up. Same thing with Bitcoin here. I think Tesla, when they purchased Bitcoin, it just added Bitcoin like a lot more credibility and legitimacy. And this move by a massive S&P 500 company is very shocking, and it's also very interesting. Because previously, a lot of major companies like Apple, Microsoft, they don't really mess with Bitcoin. They don't really mess with any cryptocurrencies. And then suddenly Tesla came out and said not only did they purchase a bunch of Bitcoin, but now they kind of want to enable Bitcoin to be used on their platform. Now, here's my thought of this. I feel like Tesla will most likely not allow Bitcoin purchases for electric vehicles. They may allow crypto purchases on small accessories and apparels. For example, maybe shirts, like the Tesla's tequila, for example, things are below like a few $100s. They probably wouldn't allow cryptocurrency purchases because it's just too volatile for items that are above like maybe a few $1,000s. I feel like that's kind of scary when you got a bunch of cryptocurrency purchases, and this is why Tesla is holding off on that. Now, Musk has said that crypto is pretty unique. It's the future. He wants to be using crypto for purchases on the Tesla store, but I highly doubt it's going to be used for car purchases, probably accessories only. But just that move alone actually added a lot more hype into Bitcoin. So first you got Tesla purchasing it, but they didn't just purchase like 100 million, they purchased 1.5 billion. And then Tesla has also said that, hey, we could actually allow you to maybe purchase some items from the Tesla website using crypto in the future. So it's pretty big. And you also got like Kathy Wood from ARK Invest saying how Bitcoin, if everything is done right, could be hitting $250,000. And that is pretty big. And so far, crypto is on the rise. Everyone is going pretty crazy over it. And at the time of this recording, Bitcoin is at an all-time high price of $57,000 USD. It's actually up like 60-70% in the past month. And currently, Bitcoin has no breaks. It just keeps going up and up. I feel like just having Tesla as a major investor adds a ton of legitimacy into Bitcoin. So that's something that everyone should definitely keep in mind. And it's also super interesting. Last but not least, before we wrap up the video, is the Tesla Model X actually used the full self-driving beta and drove itself to a service center with no interventions. Now, I've said this so many times before that the full self-driving beta is a pretty incredible piece of software. Essentially, if you're a really big lover of autopilot and driving in inner cities without any human action, then the only car they could purchase now is Tesla. Sure, you got like Cadillac, General Motors, and also Porsche. They're all making electric vehicles. But if you evaluate Tesla and also their autopilot system, you kind of want to go the Tesla route because no other car company right now has a autonomous driving software that lets you drive fully autonomous on the highway and also autonomously on cities. Only Tesla. Their sensors, their cameras have racked up billions of miles. They can detect people, crosswalks, traffic lights, stop signs, cars, etc. Even avoid some accidents as well. And recently there was like several videos about how Tesla with a full self-driving beta is driving out of town, going to different locations. And there's also a video of the Model X with the FSD beta driving itself to a service center, which is pretty appealing and it's pretty nice. And so far, a lot of people have been saying that the latest software, the FSD Beta 8.1, is able to handle entire trips without a single human intervention. Now, the full self-driving beta is not cheap at all. It is 10 grand, but here's the thing. If you're super lazy and you always have to take that really long drive to work or come back from home, if it takes like 30 minutes and you're absolutely sick of just pressing your brakes and then pressing the gas pedal, if you just hate that kind of stuff, then 10 grand for the FSD beta really does help. It resolves a lot of stress. It makes things a lot easier. A lot of individuals said like one of the most stressful things, the things that really tire them out is just simply driving to work. It's a really tiring process, but if the car could do it for you and at a really good and safe pace and just as good as any human being, I feel like it's worth the $10,000. And by the way, Tesla is also announcing a subscription program for the FSD beta, meaning that if you're kind of iffy on whether or not you want to purchase it, you can actually opt in to subscribe for the FSD beta, the latest version, for a month or two. If you guys like it, eventually you may want to purchase it. Now, obviously, Musk said that the best and most money-friendly way to have autopilot long-term is to just simply fork over the $10,000. And no doubt, as the FSD beta gets more and more advanced, since they're updating it every 5 to 10 days, I feel like the prices definitely go up for the overall software. It's 10 grand right now. Who knows? Next week it could be $12,000. And the price of FSD beta is going up. The recent price jump was several months ago. It went from $8,000 to $10,000. Right now, Tesla demand is extremely high. Their autopilot system is really good, and things are looking really good for the company. They really have some weird, unorthodox ways to do things, but currently it's really benefiting the company. This really crazy Bitcoin gamble, $1 billion in profit, making more money from Bitcoin and cryptocurrency than from cars. Thanks for watching.